White Stars fans, this is Danny Cohen sporting the first beanie of his year. And what a win last night. Are you not excited about that one? So, it was a little bit of deja vu. I mean, just the night before we were down 2 nothing, and then boom, 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 boom. We come back. We lock it down at the end. The goalie doesn't have a stick. It was I had to rub my eyes. I thought I was watching the same game over again, but I'll take it because the game before was a win. We got the win again. We'll go through kind of how it played out in the first period. Nashville went up on the power play. Marchessault scored. Heiskanen loses his stick. Then several rebound whacks at it. Heiskanen does not take his man out, and it's in the back of our neck. Haskanen's got to do better at getting his stick to stick to his hand, put some stickum like they used to do in the NFL or something. But we can't be having that. And then even if you do lose your stick, you better haul ass over there and get that man on his ass so that he doesn't have so many chances at the puck. He didn't. It's 1-0. The first period was actually pretty low event. I was having trouble. I was having some ADD attacks through the first half of the game. It was hard to watch for me. It was penalty riddled. We got outshot 2-1. And then in the second period, they went up. Stastny rips a perfect shot, cookie jar, as Razor would say, over to Smith. It's 2-0. So then Radek Faksa, who I love. A lot of people rag on Radek Faksa, and they didn't like us bringing him back. I like Radek Faksa. I just always have. He shoots the puck. It's deflected by Oscar Beck. I mean, who knew that the Oscar Beck was the missing piece here, right? Anyway, he gets a goal, unlikely, but he does. We'll take it. Shots are now even halfway through, so the momentum is going back on our direction. And then Dallas gets another goal with about 3.5 minutes left. Robo to Wyatt, who they're on the rush, and he ends up making a little 5-hole shot on the goalie, bringing him up to 6 goals on the year. I think he's tied for third overall in the entire league with like 12 other people, but still, nicely done. Nicely done, Wyatt. He is just tearing it up right now. It was about this point where the game started picking up. The pace was better, and I like the score more, obviously. So then we go into the third period, and Bork. I love some Bork. He has the patience to get the puck to the net on the power play. He holds there and waits for the passing lane to open. Puts a beautiful, perfect pass over to Rontanen, who just accepts the gift and puts it in the back of the net. Christmas came early for Rontanen. 3-2. And then it played out like it did the last night. We had players blocking some shots. I like that Robo was lying down in front of the shot in the dying seconds there. And overall, just a fun last part of the game to watch. I've been hoping that Bork would get some more power play time, and I didn't want it to happen this way, being that he has more power play time now because both Duchesne and Hintz are out, so we're out 2 centers there. But nonetheless, he he is. I really think he's our second best playmaking forward, and I think he's going to be a 60 to 70 point guy in this league at some point. Just awesome talent, and maybe even not the flashiest of ways that he goes about it. He's not doing some of the stuff that, say, a Duchesne does with the puck in terms of his playmaking. where he's not going between his legs and doing crazy things like that. But he's just a really smart, heady player, very patient, and I think some things like that you just I don't think you can teach. So with the win, we ended up leapfrogging Nashville, and we passed up another team to get back into not just the second wild card, but the first wild card on that win. At least last I checked the standings, unless something has changed. And then so now we're 4-1 against the division, and that's important. That's really important. You know, if we would if we had the same record, but it was reversed, where were we're just destroying our out of division opponents and losing against our division, we wouldn't be in the same position that we are right now in the standings. And even though it's early in the season, things like this can really add up, and you can dig yourself a hole early if you're not careful. So it's good to see them winning when it matters most. You know, I, I want to stay as positive as possible. There are some concerns that I still do have here, and that's that, we did beat, so the last two wins, we had two in a row. We beat Carolina, we beat Nashville. Carolina was beat up, not to say that we weren't, but they sustained injuries to maybe their two best defensemen, for sure their best defenseman in Slavin. And, so. We also got a little puck luck on that. They hit some crossbars, some posts. We got two goals from Heiskanen that went off of players and in. So kind of a fortunate bounces. And I don't know if you played that game back that we would have the same result. So then this game, honestly, coming into it, Nashville is really bad. Just that. I think they're worse. They're much worse than their record shows so far. I think they're going to be one of the teams that finishes towards the bottom of the pile here when it's all said and done at the end of the season. They're just really bad. Their number two center on their forward lines had 0 points in 9 games. I don't even think he probably didn't even pick up a point last game. Stamkos had 2 points in 9 games coming into the night. So. They're when your top pairing is got Haig and I don't even know who the other guy was, but it wasn't good, not good. So I liked that we got the win, but I would have liked to seen a little bit more decisive win, even though we're banged up too. When you look at us on paper, much better than their team. So, I don't like us coming from behind, getting two wins, coming back from 2-0. That's not sustainable either. I talked about this in the beginning of the year, where I thought that the wins that we had to start the year were not sustainable either. And I think that this is kind of a similar situation. We need to come out of the gate stronger. I was really hoping we would take the same intensity and physicality that we saw in the Carolina game and parlay that into this game. We did not, and we didn't get out of the gate quickly. So there's still some things that we need to tighten up. The good news is we've got enough talent that we can have a slow start and still win. This game was a little less lucky than the Carolina one. So I think that overall I see a positive trend, but we've got a ways to go. We've got a ways to go, and I think that this team has a lot more potential than what we've seen so far. I don't think it. I know it. So in this game, we outshot them 20-75. Good. We got out hit by Nashville 29-23. Not so good. Again, we gotta assert ourselves physically like we did against Carolina. I think that's a good look for us. Face-offs were even. Turnovers were essentially even. We went 1 for 5 on the power play. Not too bad. Our penalty kill went 50%, and I don't know what's up with the penalty kill. I couldn't even tell you, but that's something that definitely needs to improve if we're going to be in the elite of teams. We can't have a bottom dweller penalty kill. But fun stuff. We go on to Washington next, and that should be an interesting one. It'll be good to see Ovechkin. If you have any questions or requests for topics, you can reach me at thefoil hockey. That's TheFoil hockey at gmail.com.